Get ready to crush some heads, you guys. Get ready to crush some heads. Get ready to crush some heads. There is a specific verse that has been in my spirit for the past, I want to say, 2.5 weeks. For the past 2.5 weeks, and I didn't speak on it yet because I felt like the seed was there. He placed the verse in me, but it didn't sprout or take root up until this morning. Get ready. I just hear the Lord saying, get ready. I hear the Lord saying, ask for sight to see. Ask for sight to see. Ask that your eyes may be open to see who's surrounding you and to see who's encompassing you and to see the army that you have on your team, to see the army of God that you have with you. You are encompassed with protection. You are encompassed with security. You are encompassed with the most high and heavenly beings. You're confusing your enemies. They don't understand. They don't understand how you're getting the information you're getting, how you're getting the insight that you're getting. They think that someone close to them is telling someone things. They think someone close to them is giving someone insight on them or knowledge on them, and they don't know what's true or not. You're confusing them. I hear there's confusion in the enemy because the enemy don't know where these answers are coming from. How does this person know this? Where are they getting this from? Somebody's saying something. And it has to be somebody close to me because only you know these things about me. That's how much you're confusing your enemy right now. I just see it's just like this. It's like it's going like this. It's kind of like brain wrecking, trying to figure everything out, brain wrecking, trying to piece everything together. Your enemy don't know there's a prophet in the land. Jesus. Your enemy do not know there's a prophet in the land. Your enemy thinks someone close has betrayed them. You have individuals telling you what to avoid. You have someone telling you what to avoid, what not to do. And the enemy can't figure out how you know how to avoid going to this place that they are trying to overtake you at. Because the only way you could know that is if someone close said something. I hear the Lord saying, I am taking you to a different land. With Prophet Elijah, when the king of Aram was trying to overtake the king of Israel, Prophet Elijah continuously told the king, be careful of that place because they're trying to overtake you. And so the king of Aram said to his servants, which one of y'all are not for me? Which one of y'all are against me? Which one of y'all are telling the plans I'm telling you I'm going to do to take down this king of Israel? Who's telling him my plans? Who's telling him what I'm telling you. Because for him to know, you're the only person I'm telling. You're the only person I'm telling this to. And you're just telling me coincidentally. This person just know what I'm saying to you. The king of Aram mind is not even fathoming God. It's not fathoming any workers of God. It's not fathoming any messengers. It's not fathoming any teachers. And it's definitely not fathoming any prophets. So the king of Aram is saying, who is not for me? That's amongst my group. Who is not for me? Just tell me now. He's asking his servants this. And his servant said to him, it's not us. It's Elijah the prophet that is telling the king of Israel what you tell us in secret. That made the king of Aram very upset. And the king of Aram said, okay, we're about to war against them. Understand this. Even though the king of Aram was told that the prophet was the one that was giving the king of Israel this insight, and even though he knew that he had no control over that, it upset him. And he said, let's go to war. We're about to war against them. Just because somebody know it's God don't mean it's going to stop them from doing the plans that they have set out within themselves. And you guys must understand that. Don't think just because you're with God, people are going to think in their head, okay, well, they're with God. Let me not do this. Let me not say this. Let me not even war against this person. No. Just because you're with God, I'm warring with you even more. So take that perception out of your head. That just because God is with you, that means nobody is still supposed to come against you. That's not how this world operates. That's not how this goes. So, the servant, they went to war against They went to war. They went to try to war against Prophet Elijah, the king of Israel, and that whole squad and territory period. Prophet Elijah's servant was afraid. And I want to read that particular verse to you. His servant was afraid. He said, and his servant said to him, alas, my master, how shall we do? How are we supposed to win this? His servant is looking at the people coming against them, not so much as the people coming against them. Prophet Elijah's servant is looking at how many of them is it. The only thing the servant can see is how many of the opposing teams is it. And then that servant is looking at himself as one individual. He's looking at Prophet Elijah as one individual. And he may also be looking at the king of Israel as one individual. So in this servant's mind, he's looking at it like it's only 3 of us and many of them. And he's asking Prophet Elijah, how am I supposed to win this? How are we supposed to win this? How are we supposed to overtake them, right? And Prophet Elijah said to them, this is his response, right? Elijah prayed to the Lord. Elijah did not try to convince the servant to see. He did not try to convince the servant to see. What he did was pray to the Lord that his eyes be opened. He prayed that the eyes of his servant be open. He prayed that his servant can see what it is that he see. And that's where I'm trying to get to. That is step number one. Step number one is when you're fighting, you cannot fight physically. You must fight spiritually in order to win. Don't try to get the people on your team to see. That's fighting physically. You have to go within the spirit. Prophet Elijah didn't say to his servant, oh, look, you can trust this. Oh, everything is everything. Look, it's a lot of people behind us. He wanted his servant to see, not hear. So Elijah knew that in order for his servant to see, he had to pray to God. He fought spiritually. He responded spiritually. And so he prayed to God, Lord, open my servant's eyes and allow him to see. After that verse, it then goes on to say, and the Lord opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw. And behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire around Elijah. They're not just encompassed by chariots and horses. They have a whole squad on fire. Chariots, so fire surrounding chariots, fire surrounding horses. Let's say the opposing team had horses and chariots. Let's say they came like that. Yours have fire around them. There is fire in the midst. Now watch this. The king of Aram was basically like, charge, let's go. Let's stop wasting time. Let's get them. We about to overtake them right now. Check this. Prophet Elijah did not fight physically. He completely went straight to God. So just imagine you standing outside in the street and there are 50 people coming towards you and it's just you and two other people. You're gonna think of how you can fight to defeat all of these people. I'm about to tell you how you do that. You don't do it. You allow God to do it. With Prophet Elijah, when he saw these people coming towards him, trying to overtake them and kill them and conquer them, he prayed to the Lord, Lord, blind them. And the Lord did just that. The Lord blinded the enemy and everyone that came with him. You cannot overtake what you cannot see. Ooh. You cannot overtake what you cannot see. Let's go, right? Let's go. After that, Elijah said unto them, this is not the way, neither is this the city. Follow me, and I will bring you to the man whom you seek. And he led them to Samaria. And it came to pass, when they had come to Samaria, that Elijah said, Lord, open the eyes of these men that they may see. He had to pray that the eyes of the men were open so that they could see that they were where they were supposed to be at. You do not have the power to open someone's eyes. If Prophet Elijah, with him being a prophet, understood that he could not do that, you must understand that you cannot do that either. This is a spiritual battle. Hello, somebody. Fight and war in the spirit. Tell God to strike your enemies. Tell God to blind your enemies. This is your season of learning how to fight. And if you do not have the right person teaching you, you will not grasp the tools that it is that you need. You need the word of God. That is your sword. It's sharper than anything. It pierces through bone and marrow. It pierces through anything you can possibly think of that you would equate to strength. You're confusing your enemies right now. They don't understand. You're moving so strategic, it's confusing. As if somebody is giving you the playbook. So just know your enemy is coming. There is war. Know that. This is not peace. This is not a peace treaty. This is not I throw in the red flag. No. Something's definitely going to try to come up. And so a prophet always, whenever a prophet or a prophetess gives you a message, it comes as a forewarning. A message comes before you need it so that you have time to prepare for it. Nothing you prepare for will work. That is life, period. This is your season to prepare. Prepare yourself. Because if the enemy is coming, he's coming after the ways he used to know to get in. The mind, with words, with making you feel little, with belittling you, with confusing you, with making you move away from yourself. The enemy can even use your children against you, family members against you, friends against you, colleagues against you, neighbors against you. All I'm saying is get ready. Cause though you've already won, you still have to pursue the battle. Though you've already won, you still have to pursue the battle. Prepare.